Hi everybody, my name is Asia. If you're visiting for the first time, this is not something I normally do, um, review wise anyway. But seeing that I didn't see a lot of people doing reviews for Medcerts, and a lot of people are always messaging me and asking me for an update, I finally have gotten around to doing the update. Other than that, most of the time I'm arts and crafts only on this page, gaming. I said page on this YouTube gaming, the craft I study personally, and arts and craft and gaming. So, but that's not what you guys are here for. You guys are here for the review. So I did Medcerts um, during I guess, the end of the pandemic, you can say. It was after years of doing retail. I knew I didn't want to go back to retail. I was with Amtrak for a long time, and that is a hardcore company to work for. But it's really hard to get a stable time that you want. So I wound up leaving them and switching my whole um, path and choices of a career or job wise during COVID and during the pandemic when we were all pretty much supposed to be locked in. Since I worked for Amtrak, I had to go out to work. And so I found a job, and it was an office job, and I knew I wanted to do an office job more so. Um, and but I knew I didn't want to stay with that company. So I started branching out and figuring out what I wanted to do. And then I saw Medcerts, which I feel like happens to a lot of people, that you just stumble upon Medcerts. And I will say that it works. Okay, it works. And it does involve a lot of studying. There are array of jobs that you can take or partake in. I'm just going to start letting this flow this way so you guys can see the list of things that you can get involved in. Um, it is a it is basically a set curriculum that you do take, and it's online the whole time. But for certain jobs and certain positions, you will definitely have to take in class courses, in which when you call into MedCerts, the personnel who picks up the phone, who gets you fills you out to see where you really should go and what position you wanted to go to. Because the gentleman I got, Austin, he told me right off the bat, no, stereotechnician is not you. You're too personal. You're too front and center. I think medical front office desk would be assistant would be better for you. And he was right. He was right. He was right. So they fill you out. They try to figure out what would be best for you, and that helps a lot. Okay. And then they give you a time to figure out if you want to do it or not. But they are on you like like white on rice. They stay on top of you just to see if you really want to do this or not. And they tell you right off the bat, if you're coming in here for money, please don't. The medical field has enough money hungry people who care about money and not the actual people that they're trying to help. Okay. And then so I'm trying not to lose my train of thought. But after I chose what he said, what Austin gave me an option to do, and I think this time I'll have things flowing this way. I'll just keep doing it. You'll see videos. So um, he started. He gave me more ideas of medical field at the front desk, and gave me ideas of what being at the front desk would provide. Since he said I have a customer service background, it would be best for me to go this way. And then if you decide later on that you want to try other things, you can take other courses to do that. All right. So he immediately let me know there is a down payment that you have to pay. And then immediately your courses start. It's like immediately. Like I think they give you 2 days, maybe a week. And then sometimes you have to play catch up because you're catching up to the other people who already started ahead of you. So I'm going to give you guys the breakdown of my courses. So I went with medical front office administration assistant. And my fee was $2,000. 15-week course. And you do get your CMA certification. And it's a $200 down payment right then and there before you start the course. And then you can set it up for a 12-month pay period or however you think you can do. Now, I will let you know that I got my CMA certificate. There is, there is another certification you have to get with the state. Okay. I'm quite sure it changes from state to state wherever you are, but there is a different certification. I did not go for that certification. I just wanted my certificate and just to get my foot in the door. Okay. And just getting that certificate, they will reach out to you after you finish everything and start asking you, where do you want to go? Um, um, do you want us to set up your resume with you? They start emailing you jobs that are hiring where you can go work at and to apply for, because most places will take that certificate and then expect you to go to the state exam, whatever, later on. So now we're going to go over the skills that they pretty much give me. This is pretty much everything that you're getting taught and skills of that CMA, for that CMA certificate, CMAA certificate, enrollments that are required for you, and then the materials that are included. Your national certificate exam fee is included in your tuition. They are paying for that for you, okay? The only thing is that you have to set up after you finish your CMMA and you get your certificate of completion of whatever you're doing, whatever field you try to take on. Once you get that certificate, all right, they are then going to email you. I think I did most of the emails. I didn't want to be called. They would email you, let you know, contact us, talk to us, let's set up a time. It might be 3 months from now, might be 4 months from now, might be 3 weeks from now. Set up a time and date for you to study. Because after you finish that big week of learning all this stuff is coming at you really fast. You then have to take that exam so that you can get completely certified, and they pay for it, but they want you to set up a time so you can study. And don't worry, you can study because everything you have taken, they have kept on file for you on their website that you have a special link to. Which is also how you take your courses. So if you're asking how, I know I'm horrible at this, guys, but so when you're taking your courses, they basically do have everything online. They're going to send you a link to a website. You sign in, and this is where you watch your videos all time. So like, I'm going to show you my courses that were kind of taken. This is just a short array of those courses because it was so much. Like for each course, there was a exam, mini exam at the end, and during each of those courses, each chapter, at the end of each chapter was a test that you had to take. So those things are all broken down for you, and then in chapters that you pretty much set your time for. So let's say learning about the body. I believe that's the first thing they teach you. No, ours, before we even got to body, it was the basics of the administration, was learning how to shift mail, like who really gets the mail, who doesn't. Like it was serious. They cover everything. So since I was working for administration is what I was going for, they covered where the mail should go, what doctors should do it, what doctors shouldn't sign, should you be accepting this, all the OSHA, I always say their name wrong, all their codes and rules that you shouldn't be breaking. It just, like I said, it's a lot. Because you're thinking about the fact that some people go to get their doctor's degrees and their doctorates and their nursing, and they're in school for 4 to 8 years. They have dropped this down into 15 weeks. So it's a lot of information that's coming at you. And so at the end of each of those chapters of just knowing how to mail, or just knowing what the doctor should sign, or knowing how to answer a phone correctly, you take a test. And there's normally a yes and no test, um, multiple selection question tests, match up this answer to the answer on this side. And I'm trying to think if there's any other ones. I think that's about it. But a lot of times, if you don't get an 80% or higher, you could not go to the next assignment. You could not go to the next class. And they would give you 1 to 2 days to complete that. And not that they're on your butt yelling at you saying you got to get this done, but they do nudge you, send you emails, say, "Hey, you all right there? You need some help? You want someone to give you a call? Maybe we could talk about things and help you with the process, speed things up a little bit." But you do get to go at your own pace. So I did a lot of my classes on my phone, though it's required. Though some of them videos, you really need a laptop. I recommend a laptop. But if it's a thing where you can walk to class or walk where you're going and walk to work, watch or listen to the classes or the courses, and you can receive it and keep it in your head, that is perfect. I did it. I was working at that time at an office job where I didn't have a lot of work, and so I would just sit there, earplugs in, listening to the courses, taking these tests. And my boss at the time was quite fine with that because she knew I was going to be moving on to another field. And so then at the end, of course, you get your CMAA certificate. Once I got that certificate, I started immediately applying to home health companies, just putting it out there, just to see if anything would take, just to see if any certificates would take. Because even though they offer to give you some help, you still have to do the footwork yourself. Okay, you still have to do the footwork yourself. They're not going to hold your hand through this whole situation. You still have to do the footwork yourself. So I put I used Indeed. I immediately got responses because at the same time the city was reopening, they needed help. And a lot of people who were originally in medical fields before COVID left the medical field. So everyone's now trying to hire. All these people have left and just gone off to different things. A lot of people have went through a lot during our lockdown time, and they have come out knowing that they want something different. Like, I knew I came out saying, all right, I would love to stick with Amtrak, but I want something different. And so a lot of people in the medical field have done the same thing. So I was with the home health aid company. The first one I tried out, I didn't like them. I switched to another company. I didn't kind of like them. They weren't sure what they were doing. And then at last, I tried for a hospital, but for their home health side, because I was already learning more about the home health aids and everything. So I decided to stick with that. And I am happy to say I work for Trinity Hospital, which is under the umbrella of Mercy Hospital in Trinity, and Mercy Fitzgerald, and under, I can't think of the other name, St. Mary's hospitals in my area. And so I came in under call service. So I was pretty much just their your customer service rep with the headset and everything. I've done that before when I was with Amtrak. So I was like, okay, let me see how this feels. It wasn't as crazy as Amtrak, because I can tell you the calls that you get working for Amtrak. If you guys ever want a video about that, let me know. But I was like, okay, let's try this out. I liked it. it was completely different than anything I've ever experienced because I've come from customer service and I know how crazy you can get. And these weren't too bad because you're just helping people get to um, their doctor, our nurse that's supposed to be coming by. So they just update status and stuff like that. And then at the same time, while that's going on, they started letting me know they were opening up for other positions. And so now I am still a temp. I'm still a temp because I didn't stay with the customer service. I let someone else do that. I really didn't want to be on more phones. I was really over phones, okay? But hopefully I can stay where I am now, where I am just transferring information that the therapists and nurses scan out and send to us, and then I put it in the system, tap 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 tap, and I send it to the next spot, and that's my job. And I get to work from home, which was the key point in me wanting to do this all from the beginning. Is I wanted to be able to work remotely to help my mom and take care of my daughter. So this helped immensely. All right. So I'm going to try to go over this one more time with you really quick. I know this is a long video. We're hitting that 16 point something measurement. So key thing, you do have to pay a down payment to start. Okay. I want you guys to really look when you're on that site and you click on it, the thing that you want to do, you tap the square, you read everything down to the very bottom, okay? They do cover everything. Your books and everything is online in the class for you on the website. You can reach out to your counselor at any time for help, to help guide you when you need it. They push you when they need to push you, but you really can take it at your own pace. If you want to speed through like a crazy person and just to get the job, do know it's going to bite you in your ass later because there's so much that you need to know. Okay? So take your time, but make sure you also stay on time with the courses. And then you can have them set you up with for class. I'm not for classes, to set you up for a job, to set you up for internships and everything. They will take care of that for you. They will help you set up your resumes, but I feel like you do have to pay for that. I can't remember in my email right now, but I think you had to pay for that. That's why I really did it more so myself. But they will constantly keep sending. I still get emails of open positions that they have set up and that you can actually go and apply for to be internships. Now, the main thing that you guys really need to focus on and remember, CMAA certificate, free. Okay? After you finish it. All right? After you finish your course. The main certification for whatever field you take, free. So, because it's part of your tuition that you're paying. Okay? That tuition does not go up. It does not go down. You pay it off as you can and how you should be, as most of you will, and they will tell you they will take complete down payments. I think the most expensive thing I've seen up there was like $5,000. Okay, that does not change. It does not go up. It does not. You're not paying no extra fees. It is that price. You just pay for that extra set amount that you pay to start the actual classes. Like I paid $200. All right. So I think according to what you field you take, that price might be different. And sometimes they give discounts too. Like I think mine was $200, but I paid like $150 because they were trying to get people in there again because of how things happened with COVID. So after you finish and you get your certificate, if you want to go farther, you have to get certified. And like I said, it give you a couple of months to do that. And I want you to really look, if you're the type that's going in with something that's hands-on, you're going to have to actually do some internships. With the needles, internship, okay? I stuck with something that was more paperwork, desk work, where I knew I wouldn't really have to do an internship. But those of you who want to go where you're going to be giving needles, taking blood, um, if you're going to be working with tools for the sterile technician, those are hand on. You have to go in for those courses, okay? So some of that will be, majority of it will be online. And then I noticed that in my small detail, small print of my sign letter, when I officially accepted it, they send you some paperwork to sign, and you make sure you read all the way to the bottom. They will tell you that you will have to take internships, extra courses, okay? Extra courses, and now they have a college thing that they're set up for on their website as well to get you set up for that. But you will have to take extra courses, okay? Because now you're playing with someone's body. I'm not playing with anybody's body. I'm just signing paperwork, sending an email, helping someone get things correctly. I'm not giving a shot and I'm not taking blood, okay? So, once again, anything super, super physical, you guys will have to take some internships and they will set you up with that. And they might tell you you're going to have to take another course somewhere else and they will help you with that, okay? So, I hope this helps you guys. I 100% am behind Medcerts because the minute I had that certificate, it was like they were looking at me a whole different way. In which, like I said, there's so much. Like, I still have some of that stuff in my mind, but I am set on the job I have already. I know I don't want to go farther in. And in case I do want to officially, maybe in the future, work in physically in the hospital, I can, because I have that certificate. My friend even told me, said you can come work at the hospital that I work with, and right now she's working from home as well. She works 3 times out of the week from home, and she's basically what I was doing, but more steps. She people call in to speak to her to set up her appointments. She's your appointment scheduler. And pretty much that was all that she does. And she didn't take courses. She didn't go to class or anything. She said, but if she had taken courses, they would have paid her more. Or just a certificate would have gave her more money. So you can take the course or not, but I just know a lot of hospitals are hiring now. A lot of places where nursing is needed is hiring now, and they're willing to train you on hand. But they will ask for a certificate if you want to get paid more. But so end results of how I feel about Medcerts. I give it a 10 out of 10. I hope this helps you guys. And if you have more questions, feel free to put them down below. I will try to answer them when I can. Other than that, thank you for watching and have a good evening. Bye.